Headlines, Wednesday, the 21st of January, 2009. PM Kevin Rudd complains Bush didn't even say goodbye. However, if Rudd had been a better diplomat, he might have done better. Hypocrite PM hands staff more pay. Kevin Rudd has secretly paid 2 advisors, including his boy wonder, top-ups to bolster their $200,000 plus incomes. Wall Street plunges despite Obama optimism. CBD Metro could cripple City Rail. Police praised for life-saving New Year's Eve heroics. Police have been praised for saving the life of a young boy after carrying him unconscious for more than a kilometer through the heaving New Year's Eve crowds. Bouncer jailed again for manslaughter. President Obama prepares to step into the hot seat. Problem being that President Bush was so good that it seemed easy. More families face eviction over Rose Meadow violence. Drug dealer dismemberment linked to string of underworld murders. Employers urged to hold on to staff. Pricey diesel driving up cost of living, according to Truss. Jailed writer's family blames Rudd government. And wine turned doctor into a werewolf. Miley Cyrus gets textual in church. She's a young kid, a normal kid, but not an average kid. She has done nothing wrong, but the press didn't respect her values. She was at the service, which is more than Obama would say. And we have the oath of office. Ann Althouse writes, the Chief Justice in fact screwed up the oath. The Constitution requires, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the office of the President of the United States and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Roberts left out the word faithfully. He also said President to the United States. Obama saw the mistake and stopped himself to give Roberts a chance to fix it. Roberts redid the line, remembering to throw in faithfully, but putting it in the wrong place after President of the United States. And this time, Obama went along with the wording. Close enough, I guess, he figured. Let no one think Obama made the mistake. Inauguration Rama, 2009. 202, let's get this party started. We're on the 9 network here, taking the live feed from the US ABC. Please secure your boats in case of any unscheduled ocean depletion. 204, ABC's man on the ground, Bill Weir. Distance means nothing here this morning. Obama compresses space. Weir mentions that the crowd is particularly dense, which is undeniable even in normal spatial circumstances. Muhammad Ali very slowly makes his way to a seat. He finally arrived for the Million Man March. Young Obama fans in the National Mall seem confused by the brightly colored fabric hanging from the nearby poles. Perhaps they'd recognize the US flag if it was set on fire. Did anyone stay up to watch him turn into a beam of pure energy? They pledge. Celebrity pledgeophiles pledge it up big time. Tim Blair made it to 320 before the Red Hot Chili Pepper guy, kissing his own arms in celebration of Obama, made him turn away. Get out. Obama career assistant William Ayers tried to skip the country during inauguration week, but Canada turned him away. William Ayers, the 1960s radical whose ties to President-elect Barack Obama caused trouble for his campaign, was turned away from Canada Sunday night as he tried to enter the country for a series of educational events. Jeffrey Kugler, the executive director for the Centre for Urban Schooling at the University of Toronto, said Ayers was deemed not admissible after being pulled aside by Canadian immigration officials while trying to clear customs at the Toronto airport. Ayers, a co-founder of the Violent Weather Underground Group and a current education professor at the University of Illinois at Chicago, told the Toronto Star that he didn't know why he had been turned away. He then returned to Chicago, where standards aren't so high. Even George Washington has caught inauguration fever. Hemi-President by Tim Blair. Before he realized the planet was too hot and the oceans needed fixing, hybrid advocate Barack Obama apparently owned a mighty Chrysler 300C, complete with pimpin' chrome wheels. The Obamobile, powered by an earth-changing 5.7-liter V8, is now for sale on eBay. Latest bids, US $220,100. Most people complied. Leftist reader Millie reports on Sunday Hamas rally at which certain views were expressed. I was at the protest. I saw this placard held up for a very brief time before the family was approached by a woman selling a socialist newspaper. Words were said, and the placard was torn in half. It would be wrong to assume that there weren't elements of the protest that were anti-Semitic. People who showed placards or t-shirts that were offensive were asked to remove them or get rid of them. Most people complied. I can't help but wonder why this photo has been posted here. A person interested in showing the truth would have shown that placard torn in half about 30 seconds after. This is a dishonest representation of what went on, and its purpose was to paint the whole crowd as anti-Semitic. Well, given that several other people displayed signs or wore t-shirts that were offensive, it doesn't seem dishonest representation at all. Rather, it illustrates the feelings of a significant number at the rally. Meanwhile, Jeremy asked that we note the thousands of people not carrying pro-Nazi signs. What a grand accomplishment for the left! They've held a rally where only a minority openly supported genocidal tyranny. Kudos, progressives. B-Team blamed. The Age apologizes. The editorial team at The Age has offered an unreserved apology to the Jewish community for the controversial Michael Bachmann column that appeared in last Saturday's newspaper. A formal apology appeared on page 2 of Tuesday's edition of the newspaper, with The Age editor Paul Ramage telling the AJN that the anti-Semitic views expressed by Bachmann have no place at The Age. We completely reject his views. We fully accept that the article has caused hurt and distress to the Jewish community, and we apologize without reservation, he said. Ramad said the story was published while he and other senior editors were on leave. We have a different crew editing the paper during the holiday period, he said. Ramad would not comment on whether any Age employees would lose their jobs over the publication of the story, but did admit that more than one Age staffer were guilty of errors of judgment. We have taken steps to ensure that this sort of thing doesn't happen again, he said, adding that the staffer was being dealt with internally. And new rules. Spending money on the inauguration used to be bad. Then, everything changed.